Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Rants About Tech Live for this April 14th. It's Monday, people. It's Monday. Happy Monday, everyone. Good start to the week. Energy up. The sun's not shining, but we're here. Welcome to another episode, like I said, Rants About Tech Live. I'm your host, Roderick. This is Philadelphia, where it's, like I said, not sunny, but you know, I didn't go one-wheel riding yesterday because I was like, you know, it's going to be warmer tomorrow. So I'll wait till tomorrow to go one-wheel riding. It rained. So no one-wheel riding today. The moral of the story is, if you have an opportunity to do something, you take advantage of it. Tomorrow's not promised. And even if tomorrow is promised, the weather is not. So take advantage of good weather while you got it. Happy Monday. And also it's a couple happy holidays today too. Happy National Dolphin Day. I don't know. It's Dolphin Day. You know what? I like dolphins because after reading Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, I came away from that book thinking dolphins were probably smarter than us. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check it out. Dolphins know things. They know. And good morning to all the chat too. Oh, thank you, Shing. I was priding myself. You know what? I changed that live chat from top chat to live chat right before I started the live. And when I started the live, I guess I changed the comment box over here, and it just reset itself. I tried, Shing. I tried. Thank you for reminding me. You're the best. You're the best. Now we see all of the chats. And good morning to all the chat here. Let's go ahead and get the horns going for the chat members in here. I appreciate you guys for being here. Actually, you know what? Let's get through the nationals. It's also National Gardening Day. So if you're a gardener, I mean, I don't know how it is in your part of the world today, but if you're a gardener, get out there. Get out there, do your thing. Also National Pecan Day. You guys let me know. Do you say pecan or pecan? Which do you say? We're divided in the South. When I lived in the South, it was a clear division. There was a side that was them who said pecan, and then there was the other side, us. We said pecans. Now I don't know which one I use. Oh boy, it's been so long. Oh, how did I forget? Anyway, here we are. So let me know in the chat which one you use. Pecan, spell it phonetically, or pecan. Let me know in the chat which one you use. Let's go ahead and get the applause going. We're getting the applause going for all the people and the crew in the chat today. I really appreciate you guys. Let's get the applause going for all the members. All the members, all the chat crew, all the people in the Discord. I really appreciate you guys. It's always something to do there and always something to take advantage of as far as information goes. So I really appreciate you guys. Thanks to all the first and last time listeners and watchers. You know, I need you. You guys are awesome. You play a vital role here. You do the one-off, and we love that. And thanks to all the subscribers, the watchers, the rewatchers, and the replays, and people who are like just engaging. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Pecan. We got Mr. Mike in the chat. It's like pecan. He's now I truly don't remember which side I favor. If it's pecan or, you know what, all I need to do is say pecan pie. Yeah, it's pecan pie. It's pecan. I say pecan. I don't say pecan. I don't say pecan. I say pecan. I could go back and forth though, but there is clearly a way people like saying it. The Rock says I'm in team pecan. Yeah, there we go. Pecan. Yeah, there we go. Pecan. All right. So we got pecan with the P-U-H and the con, and then we got pecan with the P-E. And oh wow. No, The Rock threw a monkey wrench in the program. He threw the P-E with the C-A-H-N, the pecan. Whoa. Okay, so it's a few ways you can do it. You can do pecan, 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 and pecan. It's, oh boy, let's stop. We're moving on. Again, thanks for everyone who's here watching the live stream. I appreciate you for all that it's worth. Thank you so much. All right, let's go ahead and get to the topics. Now, there isn't very much tech news. This is all eInk stuff today. So we're with the exception of tariff news. So let's go ahead and. All right, so we got tariffs seemingly every day. And why do we care in the tech industry? Because these tariffs affect us. Our buying decisions are affected by these tariffs. The Switch 2 isn't coming out for a month later because of these tariffs. I want that Switch 2. I really do. I'm kind of sad that it's pushed off. You can't even pre-order it on the pre-order date. You know it's going to be pushed back. So I'm really considering like lobbying for the household to get the first Switch. And just scrap the Switch 2 altogether. Is that a good idea? I don't know. I like the magnetic Joy-Cons. I may not be able to do it. I don't know. We'll see. All the games I want aren't on the Switch 2 though. Who cares? The Switch 1 right now has everything that I want to play. So I don't know. Maybe I'll wait. All right, let's get to the first story we got here. So the tariffs. Let's go ahead and see what we have here. So we got new tariffs levying. As always. So we got new tariffs that are taking effect. They were talked about Friday. It's kind of up in the air exactly who's affected, when it's going to be affected. It's a lot of uncertainty right now, and the stock market is reflecting that. But we have a lot of uncertainty. Friday, though, we have new tariffs being talked about. But they weren't raising the tariffs for these new items. They were I guess putting a respite on the tariffs for a little bit, just a pause on the tariffs. So we got some pauses on the tariffs that were levied against electronics, as far as cell phones, semiconductors, computers, electronics, things of that nature, microchips, everything that we use in our cell phones. We've got a break on those tariffs for right now. Now, like I said. When these tariffs taking effect, no one knows right now. May 2nd was the last thing I heard, but I don't even know anymore, to be honest with you. It changes almost daily. And the situation with the tariffs changes almost daily. So it's really hard to pinpoint what's going on with these. But we got new information Friday to where you won't have to worry about that 145% increase in the tariff costs that we just experienced, or that we were going to experience, because they weren't even put into place yet. So like I said, no one knows the date, but we do got information about what they'll have a pause on as far as the tariffs. Now, does that affect tablets? Ed put that in the Discord over the weekend. I really don't know. I assume so, because all the parts that goes into making a tablet is things that they were talking about putting a pause on. So maybe we'll still get our Supernotes and our Remarkables at a reasonable price. Who knows? When I find out more, I will definitely let you guys know. But just to let you know, there was some developing news in the tariffs, and we may get a break. We may get a respite. We'll see. Next story we got up is the Boox e-reader 4.0 firmware updates. Do we care? Huh? All right, so not note takers, but the e-readers got the 4.0 update, and the note takers got the 4.0 update too. But just people are making a big fuss out of the e-readers right now. But before we go on that, let's go to the chat. You missed the dolphin talk. I wasted my best joke this week on that. Oh boy. I want to hear this joke. Dolphins are the bee's knees. Oh, I doubt it, MM. I always have the jokes, no doubt, absolutely. And I don't like to eat food that's smarter than me. That's a good. Maybe that's why we don't eat dolphin. Maybe that's why we don't eat dolphin. Tariff exemptions because the tech sector has huge lobby money. Yeah, listen, I wasn't gonna say that. I wasn't gonna get political, but since you did it, you opened the floodgates. Yeah, absolutely. Money talks and BS walks, and the money got the talking. So the tech sector went crazy over just the talks of these tariffs. They weren't even put in place yet. But yeah, like I said, the stock market Yeah, took a dive. It's recovering though right now. Mr. Mike says, you just made my jokes so gross. Oh boy, I'll leave that alone. Let's move on to the next thing we got here, and that would be the 4.0 firmware. Now, I got this from Reddit, where actually, I'm sorry, I didn't get this. I didn't get this one from Reddit. I get this other story from Reddit. But the thing is, a lot of people are talking about the 4.0 update coming to eReaders. Now, the 4.0 update is something that has hindered a lot of devices. And that's kind of like what I wanted to talk about. That article kind of led me to want to talk about the 4.0 update. And then I got to searching around and digging around through what people were saying about the update. And then I came across this story right here. Let's take a look. Go 10.3, barely usable post-update. Now, I talked about this... And what update they're talking about? They're talking about the 4.0 firmware update. It could have been so beautiful, you guys. The 4.0 firmware update could have been so beautiful. As soon as it launches, I launched a video saying how it broke my device. How I can't even use the Note Air 4C anymore because it crashes every time I open my Note. And that's what I use it for, writing notes. I made that video. They pushed out an update. They fixed that portion. Was it still sluggish as crap? Yeah. It just wasn't crashing anymore. I could use it now. It's just super slow. I thought it was super slow. I've been experiencing it being super slow. I even came on the live last week talking about how slow. Matter of fact, I brought up the fact that there's a feather icon now on my Goat 10.3 that never used to be there. It was so fast, I never saw a loading screen. It was... The Goat 10.3 used to be so beautiful. It used to be so beautiful. It's like they nerfed it. They were like, it's too good. We have other devices to sell. If this device stays this good, we'll never, ever sell another device of any kind. People will they'll just want the GOAT 10.3. They even call it that internally at Boox, at Onyx. They internally call the GOAT 10.3 the GOAT 10.3. They know. Oh, they know where their bread is buttered. Anyway, so they came out with the 4.0 firmware, nerfed the 10.3 to make it barely usable like everything else they have with the 4.0 firmware. Okay, let's look at here what we got here. I really wish I listened to my gut and didn't update. You should have listened to me. I've been telling people not to update. The feather. This is the feather effect. I dubbed it that this morning. I hope you like it. There are so many issues now. There are. I'm just gonna highlight the line I'm on, so we're all on the same page. There's so many issues now. This is like a haiku, a sonnet. This is a poem. This is poetry in motion right here. Everything, especially in notes, opens so much slower. The feather effect. It's feathering. I am constantly getting the notes isn't responding error when trying to move shapes and lines. That's also the feather effect. Whoa, calm down. The eraser leaves marks that don't go away until refresh. I mean, that's normal ghosting. That's normal ghosting, bro. There's nothing we can do about that. Just suck it up. Marker coloring, filling in looks a lot messier. I agree. That's right. There are just a few things I've noticed in the last 3 days of infrequent use. I love the thing and use it constantly before. This post embodies everything I've been thinking for the last month and some change since it was a gradual progression till it got to this worse, this bad. Oh, this worse. Oh, they're working today. It was a gradual progression for it to get this bad on the Goat 10.3. It didn't just get this way overnight. It was a gradual progression. Let's get to the chat real quick. I still haven't had these problems. That's coming from Mr. Media there. It's hindering a lot of people. Me being one of them. It's definitely hindering my experience. It's nowhere near as bad as the Note Air 4C. Don't get me going on that piece of trash. It's nowhere near that level of bad. Like, it doesn't make me want to throw it out of a window. Like this thing. Where is it at? Whoa. It doesn't make me want to throw it out of a window like this thing does. Just. I want to. I really do. I got to sell it, though. I'm trying to get the Note. I'm trying to get the Tab XC. Which I want to look for some updates on. See if we got any more news on that. We don't. Spoiler. We have nothing. I don't even want to fix. I just want to know if there's a way to go back to the previous version. Same, bro. Like, you know, we're going to talk about what's your favorite 4.0 like tool after this. I have one. It didn't need a whole update to get to that point, but we'll talk about it. I'll wipe data if I have to. Same, bro. Same. I'm with you. I spent so much money on this thing. I really don't want to start hating it. I spent so much money, time, and poured so much of my heart and soul and love into the GOAT 10.3. I don't want to not like it either. I don't. I will tell you something though. Every time I go use it and I have that problem with the feathering, you know, the feathering. Every time I have that problem, I think to myself, bro, you know, actually I pull myself to the side like, hey, let me holler at you. Let me whisper to you for a second, bro. Do you want to continue down this road? You've been saying it's the best for months. And it is. It is. It's the best. Why do you want to stop using it then? It's the performance. I liked it because it was super snappy. Looks beautiful. No waiting on anything. I mean, the features and functionality is still there. It hasn't changed, right? But for me, it's about efficiency. It's about expecting something to happen when you do something so you can move on to the next thing. And doing that in a particular time frame. Like, I'm super efficient in my workflow. And what's worse is I'm always trying to get more efficient. Like, the efficiency doesn't stop. My brain is like, yeah, that's quick, but how can we make it quicker? I don't care how quick something is. I want it to be quicker. I'm thinking of ways it can be quicker. Will it ever happen? Probably not. I don't care. I'm just saying that's how my brain thinks. I'm always trying to refine and iterate. Like the Go 10.3 allowed me to do that unhindered. I mean, now with the loading, it's like, you got to wait a little bit. My brain is like, oh, you want to move to the next thing, but your tool is not working properly. We're used to it doing something that's not doing right now. So I don't know. I'm with who is this? Southern Maine? I'm with Southern Maine. It has gotten slower. Let's look at the comments. For me, I noticed that after the update, my 10.3 got worse. It's slower, especially in the Notes app. Like I said, at least it's not crashing anymore, but it's still slow as crap. The palm rejection in Notes app is way worse. Absolutely, we were talking about that last week on the live show too. The palm rejection. By the way, the best palm rejection in the business, Supernote. We're gonna leave it there. I noticed also bugs using Lamy pen, but I don't know if it's the firmware related because I received the pen the day of the update. Don't you be talking about the Lamy pen, bro. Don't you be talking about the Lamy pen. I'm not taking no Lamy disrespect. None. Next person says, I have a Go 10.3, and it's slightly slower with some things, but nothing driving me too nuts. I just got it a month ago and mainly use it for notes. Let's see what we got here. Sorry to hear if you can get the old firmware back on. You can't get the old firmware back, unfortunately. I had some major slowdown on the Air 3 before the last 3.5 something update. I was so mad I updated then, but the latest 3.5 update fixed a lot of the slowdown and ghosting I had. I'm definitely not interested in the 4.0 update because who knows how well it will work and if there's any notable new features of interest. Best to only update if you have issues. Maybe you can sell it. That sucks. It sucks that selling your device is the fix for it. That sucks. Like I'm so looking forward to getting a more powerful e-reader, e-ink tablet that can handle 4.0, because that's what I think is the problem is. I think 4.0 is just so power intensive that you gotta have a powerful tablet to run it. The Tab Ultra series may be fast, and it sounds like, from what I understand from all accounts, it's the fastest way it's the fastest or it's the most efficient Boox product they make, along with what they're making now with the Note Max. Because they got the fastest processor that Onyx puts out. So if you have the fastest processor they put out, maybe this works better. It definitely doesn't work with these underpowered processors they have in the Go 10.3 and the Note Air series. Let's go to the chat real quick. How are you doing with the template, Shink? Is there a specific way to do it? If so, how it works? Oh, templates. Let's see. The ability to use PDFs as templates was not worth the update unless you only want to use single page PDFs. Yeah, I remember you bringing that up in the Discord. I did not know that. I knew that that it worked. I just didn't know if it was single page. Are you talking about the gradients? I'm not sure. How are you doing? Blah, 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 blah. On Boox, use the hyperlink template. Okay, you guys are talking about hyperlink templates. I'll leave that. I'll leave you to it. But yeah, I don't like the 4.0 firmware. I don't like how it's making older devices like run really sluggishly. It could definitely be better. All right, let's go on to the next topic we have, which is, what is your favorite Boox 4.0 firmware feature? Let's talk. Now, since the 4.0 firmware update, I've been using all of my Boox devices, and obviously the slowdown. You can't get away from that, which is another reason why I went to the Remarkable for my daily show notes. I was using the Go 10.3, but just switching between pages got sluggish. Trying to like doing anything got really sluggish, and I'm like, I don't want to wait. So anyway, I'm doing my daily show notes now on the Remarkable 2 here. But I would say my favorite 4.0 feature, and you guys let me know in the chat or in the comments during the replay, what is your favorite Onyx Boox firmware 4.0 feature? It has to be a 4.0 feature. It can't be just a random Boox feature that they had before 4.0. And I'm saying this because it has to be a feature that makes 4.0 worth it for you. Like, what are you doing with firmware 4.0 that you're like, okay, without this feature that came with 4.0, I wouldn't be able to do what I do with the device. That feature for me is one thing, and I think it didn't need a whole update for it. That feature for me is the ability to sort. Here, let me show you guys. That ability for me was the ability to sort. The ability to sort your tags, because I mean that made tags like usable as an outline function for me, because the outline function is straight trash. But if you go here, if you go to I call this the pages view here. Oops. Yeah, I mean, I do want to go there, but I want to see the pane view. There we go. All right. So if you go here to this pages view and you're in the pane view, I just like looking at it this way because it doesn't take you to something else. You still got your note right there. I love that. But in this view right here, if you go to your tags, and if you've used tags, and I've used a few tags in this particular note, you can organize the tags, right, by this little arrow right here. So you can sort those by time added, and ascending and descending order of how they appear. That allows you to organize your tags in the actual order that you wrote them. Before the 4.0 update, that wasn't an option. Your tags were just put in that list however you wrote them. So whatever tag you wrote first would be first. Whatever tag you wrote second would be second. But that's not necessarily how they were ordered in my particular notebook. Like I would go back to the second page and input a tag in between two tags, and it wouldn't recognize that. It would still put that tag last, even though it's in between two previous tags, because it was the last one that I wrote. So that 4.0 feature is the one that makes my tag outline system work even better for me. And that's something that came with 4.0. So what about you guys? Favorite 4.0 feature that you wouldn't be able to use your Boox device the way you use it now without? We got The Rock says best 4.0 feature, hyperlink templates and NeoReader setting scenes. Ooh, I haven't dove into the scenes yet, but what's the use case for that there, The Rock? What else we got here? Sheen says, okay, you convinced me. Trying it again. Template in 1854 pages and is heavy on the graphics. Oh. Okay, you guys are still talking template stuff. I like it though. I love it. But yeah, so that's my feature. The sorting, or the ability to sort your tags in a way that makes sense for you and how you want to use the device. But yeah, however you guys want to throw that up there, whenever you get the question, throw your favorite 4.0 features out there. I would love to see what you guys are doing and how you're using it. All right, next up we have, what do we got? Supernote's zero-click vulnerability was patched. We talked about this last week a little bit, where I was talking about, I said I didn't think that this vulnerability was patched because usually when the researcher releases the article on the vulnerability, typically that means that it wasn't patched, and they're releasing it to the public to let the public know about the vulnerability because it wasn't patched, so they'll know how to move accordingly with their device to be safe. So yeah. This comes from Reddit, where the Supernote team made a post about that particular article that we talked about last week. And let's go ahead and take a look at that. All right, so Prism Labs, which is the research lab or the security firm that found the vulnerability, discovered a security vulnerability in the Supernote Nomad, uncovering a zero-click RCE in the Supernote Nomad eInk tablet. That was the name of the article. And the response, well, let's take a look here. And the response for this particular post was Mulan saying that they have patched these particular vulnerabilities. She says, "We appreciate you bringing this to our attention. The two issues you mentioned have already been fixed." So, and this is their post. They're posting straight to the Prism Labs post. But I think they should have been told this privately. You know, like when Onyx or when Ratta fixed the vulnerability, the security firm should have been notified. They clearly didn't notify them until just now. They found out that it was patched when the rest of us found out. And I really do believe that if Ratta had reached out to them in December, like they said they did here, they said they fixed these vulnerabilities in January, February, and then the last one they patched in March. So not that long ago. So maybe that's why they hadn't got to them, because they really just finished patching all of those vulnerabilities this year. Not 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago now. So anyway, it's been a couple weeks, but they didn't notify the security firm, and the security firm released the article that we all read, and yeah, and that was history. So I guess the moral of the story here is definitely they should have reached out to the security firm and let them know that they patched it because they wouldn't have released the article had they known that they patched it. The reason for releasing the article is to alert the public that nothing's being done. They don't typically do that for something that's patched. It's like, why release an article if it's patched, right? So anyway, that's a typical ebb and flow of that kind of situation. Very weird here, though. Very weird situation here, but good to know that it's been patched and it's something that we don't have to worry about. All right. And thanks to Ed for bringing this up. Ed threw this, not this particular thing right here. Actually, yeah, Ed threw this up in the Discord to let everyone know kind of what was going on with that story. So thanks to Ed for that as well. Yeah, good. Always good to know that they're on top of the software and that their vulnerabilities are being patched. What do we got next here for eInk news? We got the Tab XC update. Has there been an update? No? Yes? Maybe? All right, so for a Tab XC, if you don't know what that is, Onyx makes a product line called the Boox platform. And in that platform, they make a 13-inch device and usually the Tab devices are their most powerful devices. They have a Tab Ultra line. They have a Tab X line. And now they have a Tab XC line of device. They have the Tab Mini C too. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. But they got the Tab XC device that's coming into the world here pretty soon. Can we find a picture of this thing? Let's see if we can find a picture of the Tab XC. All right, yeah, we got a couple pictures. There was a video that was circulating online too about the Tab XC. All right, there we go. So this is a picture of that device right here, presumably with the new pen they have there as well, called the eInk Spire. It's undoubtedly a piece of landfill trash. I mean, I'm just judging from looking at it and from what I know off of Onyx. They don't care about your writing experience, people. They don't care. They give you good devices. The pen, though, caca. Just throw it in the trash. Go buy you something really nice, like this right here, a Lamy ceramic nib. I mean, you can't get this particular ceramic nib right now. This particular ceramic nib, you can't get this right now. It's clear. You can't, but you can get you a ceramic nib pen from somewhere. Where could you do that, you might ask? Whoa. RantsaboutTech.com. We got ceramic nib pens there. You can buy a Lamy with a ceramic nib already in it. But if you don't like the Lamy, it's not your speed, that's cool. You can just go and buy the standard nib. You can put that nib in any. I'm gonna put an asterisk by that. Almost any standard Wacom pen. There's a few on the market that this won't work in. But 9 times out of 10, it's going to work in your standard Wacom pen. So check it out. RantsaboutTech.com. Ceramic nibs and ceramic nib Lamys. Oh, they're there for your writing pleasure. Because Onyx is not. Okay, back to the story. Okay, so we were talking about what were we talking about? Oh boy. Oh, what were we talking about? Nibs. Ceramic nibs. Don't be without one. Don't be without one. Anyway, this particular Tab XC. Let's get back to that real quick. Oh, where is it? Oh, where's the Tab XC? There we go. No, that's a different story. Oh, that's a different story too. Where's the Tab? There we go. Tab XC. All right, so back to the Tab XC. It's going to ship with the landfill trash, but you can, like I said, you can just go get you a ceramic nib one from rantsaboutTech.com. Or wherever you get your ceramic tip nibs from. I do want this device. I think it's going to be powerful enough to run 4.0 without problems. So I'm looking forward to that. To be honest with you, I might just go grab the Tab Ultra C Pro and be done with it. Just be done with this trash. It has a fast processor. It's going to be able to run 4.0 without any problems. I mean, it's going to be way better than this trash right here. I mean, it's going to be way better than this. It's got to be. I mean, the Go 10.3 is better than this. So I want to think that something that has a way better processor in it is going to be way better, but we don't know. We don't know. But anyway, there hasn't been any new news on this. I don't know when this is coming out. Actually, the rumor is it's going to be coming out, or at least talked about, in May. Are my sources correct on this? Are we? Oh, early May. So we're looking at an early May release date. So maybe a month, a little less than a month before this thing comes out. Some information on it would be cool. I mean, if you're less than a month out, come on, throw some information out there. Let's go to the chat real quick. Neo reader scene use case. Let's say you read regular textbooks and color books with pics. Can set contrast, sharpening, etc. by book type. Oh, gotcha. I gotcha. So they're letting you make presets. That's smart. That's smart. That's real smart. I like that. The Rock says, I'm not worthy. You are right. It still works like trash, but it works. The Rock says, no worries. Concerning that it performs poorly, not saying others aren't experiencing it. It's really weird. Some aren't, like me and Aaron. Yeah, it's really weird that this 4.0 stuff is only affecting some people. You know what that makes me think, though? That makes me think a couple things. I know this to be true, so it doesn't make me think that I know this is the case. Now, it makes me think that this fact may be bearing out in what we're seeing with the firmware. So, all processors aren't made equally. I really do think this is I think this is an optimization problem with 4.0, period, point blank. If it's not optimization, they're just trying to do too much with it, which is optimization. So yeah, it's an optimization problem. But they've been able to escape this on the beefier systems because they have enough horsepower to kind of blur the lines of these deficiencies, right? It's so fast that you don't see the deficiencies. In a normal speed processor that we're using on most of these devices, you see the deficiencies in the optimization on firmware 4.0. But all processors aren't made equally, so that may be the reason that some Go 10.3 devices are having the issue and some aren't. You know what I mean? Like some processors are spec'd to be a certain thing and they're just not. Or they were spec'd to be a higher spec. The actual spec was lower than that, so they had to use it in a different way or ship it a lower tier processor for lower tier devices, or just for cheaper costs, right? So all processors aren't made equally, and this may be the way that bears out. I could be wrong about that. But that's what this makes me think. All the variation and people having issues and not having issues with firmware version 4.0. Because I'm definitely having issues on all of my Boox devices. The only one I'm not having an issue with, the only device that I've been using that hasn't had the feathering is the Tab Mini C, and we'll talk about that too. All right, so let's go on. What do we got here? Oh yeah, we're supposed to be talking about the updates. So I don't know any new information about the Tab XC. Early May release is all I could find. I don't know what the actual resolution of the screen is going to be. I don't know what the panel is going to be, whether it's Carter 1200, 1250, or 13. My bet is 1250. I'm going to go with 1250. Writing surface. Is it going to be a writing surface, or is it going to be slick like the normal tab surfaces? I want to see. Is it EMR? Is it standard Wacom, or is it the new USI standard? These are all things I want to know that I don't know yet. And for a device that's coming out in less than a month to not know those things, well, I mean, what are we talking about? We ain't know anything about the Remarkable to the day it launched. So you know what? I can't. I'm shutting up. We'll move on. All right. So the next thing we got up here is going to be the Tab Mini C. Is the Tab Mini C still good in 2025? It's an old device. Let's pull this up here. Let's take a look at the Tab Mini C. Here we go. Tab Mini C. Spoiler. Yes, it's still worth it in 2025. It's probably one of the best devices Onyx has ever made. Period. This thing is a workhorse. It's the only device I've had and still use consistently since the beginning of my eInk journey. The only device from the beginning, and I still use consistently. It wasn't new when it was new when I bought it, but it wasn't new to the market when I bought it. This thing is getting on 2 years old, and for a Boox product, that's like it's like dog years. It's like 8 years for every year for Onyx. If they've had a device on the market for 6 months, it's been there too long. They're planning an update. They're planning an update. So, yeah, I don't know. Tab Mini C is still viable in 2025. So let's take. Whoa, my bad. I almost had to. I gotta take that Christmas off of there. I hardly use the "Be Right Back" button, so I don't see it very often or think about it very often. But anyway, Tab Mini C. Is it still viable in 2025? I say this because there's nothing like it on the market. And eInk says, "I hope so. Just bought one." Listen, good on you, eInk. You could do way worse than a Tab Mini C. And I'm telling you, it's the only device that hasn't been affected by this 4.0 firmware. I mean, it's got 4.0, but you wouldn't know it from how it's running like a champ. I haven't seen the feathering once on that thing. It's a beast. That Tab Mini C, just take the Mini out. Just take the Mini out. It's the Tab C. Is there a Tab C? There probably was at one time. Anyway, let's look at the specs for this thing, because the thing about the Tab Mini C is that it's 4.0 resistant. It's resistant to the 4.0 virus that all the other Boox products is getting when they download it or update to the 4.0 firmware. It's 4.0 resistant. 4.0 can't bring it down. It won't be stopped. Can't stop. It's 7.8 inches. Name me another 7.8 inch tablet with a film on the screen with color for note taking. I'll wait. I ain't gonna wait too long because I already know the answer. There ain't none. Sheen says, but you took the Nomad to CES. Yeah. All right. So for me, the Tab Mini C is what I use as the backup when things are making me mad. My first device I go to write anything seriously is the GOAT 10.3. I go to the GOAT 10.3 first because it's the GOAT. But when it starts showing signs of the 4.0 virus, I'm forced to give it up. I don't want to catch that virus. Like, I was just sick. I don't need to be sick twice. I'm staying away from all the viruses. And 4.0 is the virus. So I took the Nomad because I only want to write as a notepad. And that's what the Supernote Nomad to me is really good for. I used to carry around this. I don't have it right. I don't have one right now. I used to carry around this notepad. It was probably about the size of this trackpad on this MacBook Pro. I used to carry a notepad, man, maybe slightly bigger than that. Maybe slightly bigger. Where's the Nomad at right now? We gotta do a side by side. All right. Did you like that? You didn't think I could do that. I saw that on a commercial. I've been wanting to do that for a long time. It didn't look as good as on the commercial, but it felt all right. You know what? I'm lying. Maybe the notepad was probably the size of the actual screen size here of the Nomad. I took that thing everywhere. I took it everywhere. So when I went to go find an eInk replacement, I wanted something that would just replace that notepad. because I wrote everything in that. At the end of the night, I would go back to it and then organize where I wanted to put the thoughts. And that's how I use the Nomad. So it's my thought gatherer. If I'm thinking something, I don't have to be structured for this. Like this is my, it's not structured. It's just a thought. I'm throwing it down. I can search it because handwriting recognition is instant. I can index the notes I'm going to be going back to frequently, so I don't have to remember where they are. I don't even have to name them if I don't want to. I just throw them into the quick access menu and they're accessible to me. This thing right here gets all the thoughts. That's why I took it to CES with me. That's why it was the only eInk device I used at CES, because it gathered all my random thoughts so I could recall them at the end of the night. Just like a little notebook would do. But better than a little notebook, because I can edit this a lot better. I don't lose the pages. They don't come out of here like they did my little scrap notebook that I put all my thoughts in. So this is what that replaced, and that's why this is the only eInk device I use at CES. It's perfect for that. It's super, super simple. You turn it on, start writing. There's no organization like the Supernote on any other device. So that's why. But the Tab Mini C could have worked. But the problem with that is it would have been a lot of other things that I would have had to contend with. And getting back and recalling notes would have been a little more cumbersome on the Tab Mini C. Now, what the Tab Mini C excels at is when I want to process stuff to put online. The handwriting recognition is awesome. Your options to export, awesome. They give you so many options to get your information off a device in text form and into whatever other app or program you want to use. Typically, they got all the options for you. So it's super useful in that way. I don't need that kind of functionality in my notepad replacement, which is what this is. And it works beautifully for that. All right. What else we got here? But the Tab Mini C, still viable in 2025. In fact, let's grab it. So Tab Mini C still viable in 2025. And I really do love this device. Firmware update. Should I do it? I literally just updated the Go 10.3 this morning from a firmware update that happened a couple days ago. I was hesitant to update it, but I did it today. Nothing new. I'm hoping they fixed stability, but they didn't say anything about that in the firmware update. Whatever, man. I'll hold off on this one. But this device right here, background Note Air 4C, better colors than the Note Air 4C because it doesn't have that writing film, and I'm not sure if that's the only reason. The colors on this are really good, especially if you go into the settings and tweak it a little bit. Excellent. The size, there's not another eInk device of this size that's a note taker that's color on the market. So like the Tab Mini C stands by itself still today. After 2 years, no one's made anything that could even contend with it, which I think is odd. That thing's a beast. So yeah, in my opinion, the Tab Mini C is still a viable option in 2025. Especially at the price you can get them at on eBay and on the marketplace. You can get a really good price for a Tab Mini C, and it's a powerhouse of a device. It's not as fast as some of the newer devices, but it is 4.0 resistant. It's not plagued by the 4.0 disease at all. Let's go to the chat real quick. Sheen says that makes sense. The handwriting search recognition often comes in clutch. Yes, it absolutely does. And the search, to me, the search functionality works so much better on the Supernote platform. You get a lot of search options on the Boox platform, but just the efficiency and how well it works and how quickly it works. Talk about quick. And the widgets, yeah, eInk. The widgets are awesome. And the Tab Mini C is the reason I love widgets on eInk devices. Word. Like Tab Mini C is the bee's knees. I love that thing. I have a place in my heart for the Tab Mini C. It's gained a place in my heart for sure. All right, let's go on to the next thing we got here, which is going to be the Mobiscribe Concrete Stylus. Concrete? We writing with concrete now? Not exactly. All right, let's take a look at this. We have a new stylus for the Mobiscribe. It's a limited edition concrete. Now, I would not normally. This comes from Jay in the Discord here. Thanks, Jay, for this story, by the way, and putting this on my radar. I don't really care that this thing has like a concrete like feel to it or look. It's $100 though. I don't care about the feel and look. You know what I do care about? That right there looks like a ceramic nib. I'm not going to hold you. With the metal sheath right here and a little bit of black sticking out there, that looks like a ceramic nib. And if Mobiscribe is making a ceramic nib pen for their device, it must be safe. Now, I don't know if this is ceramic. The verdict is still out on that. I mean, I got to get one to find out, right? Very interesting, though. Very interesting, this limited edition pen from Mobiscribe. Oh, they're really up. They're really up in the game with this. Listen, I like me some nicely packaged stuff. Yeah, I really do like me some nicely packaged stuff. What do we got here? Yeah, I might have to get one of these. I don't like just regular cylindrical tubes, but it looks like they did something unique with this. And the packaging is on point, people. I'm digging the packaging for this. Yeah, I'm a sucker for good packaging and design. And this pen looks like it was designed really well. And now that I'm looking, yeah, this pen looks like it was well designed. They actually went with they collaborated with a design studio on this pen. 22 Studio is who they collaborated with. They clearly know good design. They clearly know good design. Let's go to the chat real quick. Sheen says concrete. I don't get it. It's concrete like color and textured to make it look like concrete, but no. Ooh, metal sleeve. Tilt it just a bit too much and gouge out the screen. Oh yeah. But hey, that's the Supernote. Supernote's the same way. They got the metal sheath holding their ceramic nibs in. I mean, my sheaths are plastic. Holding my ceramic nib. Can we see this? We won't do it. I'm struggling with the sheaths for these. I thought I would have these sheaths done a long time ago. I got to get these things out the door though, so I'm really working hard this week on trying to get this. This week the sheath's getting done. I'm going to put a version of the sheath out no matter what. If it kills me, if it kills me, I'm going to have my version of the sheath out. All right. What else we got here? Does eInk need backlight? I think you know what? I did a video on that. If eInk needs a backlight, but someone wrote an article. What do we get here? eInk tablets don't need a backlight. I agree. I'm with it. I've been testing Remarkable 2 and the Paper Pro for some time now, and this is coming from xda.com or developers.com. I've been testing the Remarkable 2 and the Paper Pro for some time now, and one thing I've come to realize is I don't really value the benefits of this Pro model. Oh, interesting. I'm particularly indifferent to the backlight, personally. If the point is to have something that feels like paper, I'd rather go all the way and require external light like paper does. And that's the point I made in the video that I made about this topic too. Like, there were a lot of problems I was trying to solve with going to eInk from paper. There were a lot of problems I was trying to solve in that transition. But illumination wasn't one of those problems I was trying to solve. that never even crept into my mind that I would need light. Like I don't need light with my notebook. So, I mean, I need light with my notebook, but I don't need the notebook itself to be lit. Turn a lamp on or something. Kaleido, good point, Sheen. You do need a backlight with Kaleido. It's barely viewable without the backlight. So I agree with that. I prefer a slimmer and cheaper device over a feature I'm not going to use. Plus, the backlight on the Remarkable Paper Pro always turns on when unlocking it, so it washes a bit of battery too, even if I don't want it to use it. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not a big proponent of backlighting. It's not a big deal for me. Wasn't a big deal for me at all. All right, so let's go on to the last thing we got here, which is going to be part 3 of my Let's Talk About Viwoods, or my Viwoods Notes series. Let's do it. All right, so last up here we have we got the Viwoods AI paper here. Let's go ahead and get you out. All right, so whoa. Oh boy, let's do that. There we go. Okay, so we got the Viwoods AI paper here. Get that on that. And we'll go into one of our notes here. Can we add a page? All right, and a couple of things that I want to talk about with the writing experience today. And I think that will conclude my hardware part of this. Well, some of it anyway. We got the pen to talk about, but we'll go in on the writing experience. So a couple of things I noticed on the writing experience would be pressure sensitive pens show a clear switch in line thickness where pressure is applied, not a smooth transition like other platforms. Now, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago on the live, to where I noticed that the writing, not the line thickness, but the transition going from pressure sensitivity levels was a bit abrupt. It wasn't as smooth and seamless as other devices. Matter of fact, I had never seen it as bad. I think the new firmware may have fixed it, that we just updated too. So let me go ahead and test it now just to make sure. So what I was talking about, let me go ahead and try it. I gotta do a pressure sensitive line here first. All right, so yeah, it's still doing it. So what I was talking about is the fact that once you draw a line, I start really thin, I add a little bit of pressure, and then I add a little more pressure, and then I add a little more pressure. Now, right here, can we just get down here and show this one more time here? All right, so right here, so right there, it's not as abrupt and as drastic as it once was. Right here, you can see it a little clearer. That transition right there was a little harsh. And I noticed that a lot when I was writing. I'd be writing and then I would go to a different pressure level and the transition would just not be smooth at all. Like I could see the clear, yeah. So I can see the clear transition where the pressure changed. Now that is something that I had never noticed on any device before this one. Like I legit never noticed it on anything before this. So I needed to call that out, and I'm gonna like do some more work with that to see how bad it is with other pressure sensitive pens or tools that they have in the toolbar. But for right now, the calligraphy, that's not even the calligraphy pen. What pen is that? Because the calligraphy pen used to be pressure sensitive. It's not anymore. At least I don't think it is. Yeah, the calligraphy pen isn't pressure sensitive anymore. So you can just write and use different varying pressures like I'm doing right now. I'm pushing it in and it's same thickness. That wasn't always the case. It used to be pressure sensitive. Now it's not though. But the pressure sensitive pen the fountain pen is now pressure sensitive. And a couple more pens are pressure sensitive as well. Is the pencil pressure sensitive? The pencil is pressure sensitive too. And I like the way that the pen works though. And it also, you got the tilt on here too. I like that a lot, having some tilt functionality. Well, it's a lot more gradual on the pencil than it was on that pen. So like I said, I'm gonna work with this to see if that's been improved. It seems to have been improved at least somewhat, because it's not as noticeable on every stroke that I make like it used to be. Every stroke was super noticeable. So that's one of those things that they've definitely have done some work on. Definitely haven't fixed totally yet though. Very good implementation of the hand write anywhere feature. We talked about that a couple lives ago. No stroke erase, which I thought is very weird. No stroke erase, which is like the Supernote, or not the Supernote. Yeah, not the Supernote. The Remarkable has the same problem. No stroke erase on the Remarkable. This product reminds me a lot of the Remarkable 2. I'm going to say that a lot when I'm talking about this, and in the review, it's going to be a lot of comparisons to the Remarkable 2. It's just what it is. I honestly think some people from Remarkable left Remarkable and went to, I mean, there's developer and designer shakeups in tech industry all the time, and the eInk industry is no different. I would not be surprised if someone from Remarkable left Remarkable and went to Viwoods and influenced the design and some of the decisions of design for the UI and the hardware, because it's eerily similar. And for no reason. Like, why would you not have a stroke erase? Like, if for no other reason, then you have the same ethos that Remarkable does for their reasoning for not having stroke erase, which I don't know what their reasoning is, but that's another thing that makes me think that there's some overlap in their employees. Good set of selection tool shortcuts. So selection tool shortcuts, I like the selection tool. I like selection tool shortcuts. I don't like this selection tool, but I like selection tool shortcuts. And as far as the selection tool goes, we've talked about it being sluggish already. But they do offer you a good amount of tools with the selection tool. So let's go ahead and lasso something here. And you can see here, after I've selected it, let's do that again. We get a fair amount of tools here to work with. Unlike the Boox platform, which you don't get any tools whatsoever. It is a bit sluggish. We talked about that as well. It's super sluggish. I don't like it all that much, but I won't beat a dead horse. We talked about that already. They fixed some of the pen tools. Their calligraphy pen used to be straight trash. I'm not gonna lie. I love calligraphy pens, and for the record, Remarkable does the best calligraphy pen in the business. It just does. Like, we're gonna just do an example here. This is the Remarkable 2. Let's make it a little bit darker. There we go. Oh, wrong pen. Want to grab the Remarkable pen. All right. And that's too dark. I don't know. It just makes everything look really good. No matter how sloppy I write, this calligraphy pen makes it look good. Now, by comparison, let's take a look at the calligraphy pen on the Viwoods. Not as good, but leaps and bounds better than what it used to be. Like, this used to be so trash. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It was my most dreaded tool to use to write, was the calligraphy pen on the Viwoods platform. But they've done a very, very good job of cleaning this pen up. And I think all of their pens look really good now. Like I said, they've definitely done some work on the transition. It ain't all there yet, but they've definitely done some work on it. And this calligraphy pen, let's take a look at the two here. This calligraphy pen, that's just Remarkable. And this is same handwriting on the, like I said, it's comparable now. It's not night and day like it used to be. I still prefer the Remarkable's implementation, but not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. All right, what else we got here? We talked about the fingerprint reader already. Palm rejection, horrible. I didn't expect much at all from the palm rejection, but it's definitely horrible. Palm rejection is not good on the Viwoods at all, but that's not a knock on the Viwoods. I mean, save for the Remarkable platform, and I'm going to go so far as to say the Remarkable 2, because the Remarkable Paper Pro palm rejection isn't all that good either. But the Remarkable 2 and the Supernote have the best palm rejection in the business. And if you want to pick one of those, I'm going to go with the Supernote. I think that's all for that particular hardware stuff. We got software stuff coming. All right, let's talk about the software. So software buttons are finicky at best. If you have to be super precise with the finger placement, it's not as good as physical buttons, a la eNote, because I really do like the way eNote did the physical buttons. I actually like how secure it felt as far as picking stuff. When you have to push a button that is going to initiate your eraser tool, you hit the button and you know it's actuated. You know you got the eraser tool. When it's a touch screen, sometimes it actuates, sometimes it doesn't. You got to be super specific about it. Even with the touch sensitive buttons on the Viwoods, you have to be super specific about how you touch them. Physical buttons, you don't have to be super specific how you press them. As long as it actuates, you're fine, right? And that's why I like buttons. They're confidence inspiring. They're gonna do what you expect them to do when you push that button. Software buttons aren't that reliable to me. Not right now, anyway. What else we got here? I like the feel of the screen and the touch pen input. It just feels great. So the screen is a Mobius screen, and it gives you the advantages of having a flexible display that's not so rigid. There is some give with it, which makes it feel good to write on, and also conversely, it feels good. Or alternatively, it feels good to use touch on. It's really nice. I love the way this particular screen feels. Let's go get rid of this real quick. I love the way the screen feels. It has a very unique feel, like the Supernote platform has a unique feel. This is a very unique feel that I haven't felt anything like it before. So and I like it a lot. It feels really good. You don't get there's hardly any glare. They did a really good job with the glare protection on the screen as well. So it feels good with the pen and with your finger touching the display. Looks good. Good glare protection. The screen is really good. They knocked the screen aspect of this device out of the park for sure. Let's go to the chat real quick. Mr. Media says, how is the selection tool sluggish? So the selection tool is sluggish. And she says, only because I take a lot of notes in the dark on a dark conference room. I gotcha. Well, you're going to need that with the Note Air 4C no matter what. So even if it's bright, in my experience. Aaron, if you haven't seen, let me show you the selection tool here. So we're selecting this. Now the tools you get, awesome. You being able to resize it with these anchors. The anchors are all in a good spot, better than what Supernote offers, because Supernote doesn't allow you but 4 anchors. You don't get the anchors on the side here. You just get the corner anchors. They make you scale everything proportionately, and I don't want that all the time. Sometimes I just want to extend the length of a sentence to fit a particular space in my paragraph, and I want to extend it. Or maybe I want to fit more words in a sentence. I want to shorten it up. You know what I mean? Without making it taller. So there are reasons you want more than your normal corner anchors, and that's for me. Now, it's sluggish because when I go to move something, you see how it's moving kind of sluggishly around the screen? Let me just show you the Supernote. I mean, it's so nice. When I want to move something, I select it right here. Now, when I want to move, first of all, the tools you get are superb. Okay, they got the best selection tools in the game. But when I go to move this, see how easily and effortlessly it just moves? I know where it's going. I don't have to wait for it. You know what I'm saying? It's just it. You know what I mean? I can't do that with the Viwoods. There is no doing that with the Viwoods. I mean, I could do that with the Viwoods. But this is what would happen if I did that with the Viwoods. So if I try to, it don't even register that I'm moving all of these strokes. The Supernote registered that I was moving all of those strokes, right? You see what I'm saying? Just super sluggish. And in a selection tool, I need it to be efficient and fast because that's one of the tools I use the most. I mean, that's one of the reasons I have eInk is the ability to edit things very quickly. And when I can't do that, problem. Definite problem. Definitely Xing, night and day. Definitely night and day. And the Supernote does just the best. They're the best in the game at efficiency on a device. 100%. All right. What else we got here? Oh man, we got like 10 pages of notes left. All right, so I don't like the loop. The loop on the case was done right by Remarkable. Loop folds back instead of inside as to not create a bulge where the device sits. The Remarkable bulge is outside the case, not affecting how the device sits in the case. Now, this is what I meant by that. It's not such a big problem anymore, but I'm going to show you what I meant by that. All right, so we got the Remarkable here. Let me back up a little bit. So we got the Remarkable Paper Pro here. Now, let me just show you the mechanism for the latch, right? So we have a little pin loop right here, right? It's designed to flap over and magnetically hold your pen in place. Not that you would have a problem with this pen, because this pen could hold the device by itself if I could grab the pen. I mean, I can't grab it without pulling it off. If I could grab it by the ends here, I'd be able to do it. Can I? Oh, it won't. Oh, it won't hold the device. Okay, never mind then. I thought it held the device. It does not. So you have this little latch here that will hold the device in place or your pen in place and keep your case closed, right? And it's ingeniously designed with a little divot right here, right? So when if you don't want to use this or when you don't need it, you flap it back. It sits in its little groove there, taking up almost no room right there. And the little bit of a bulge that you do get right here is cool with me because it's on the outside of the case. It's not on the inside of the case, making the case bulge out away from the device, affecting how it sits in the case. Case in point, like the Viwoods AI paper. Now, this is a small thing. It's a small thing, really. But see this little bump? It's a little bump. It's not a lot. See it right there a little? It's there needlessly because they could have did exactly what Remarkable did. Put this right here. They could have done exactly what Remarkable did. Instead of putting this little flap, having it fold into the case like this, they could have had that flap fold back to this side so that it's not affecting how the device sits flushly on the case. So like just taking this out here, dang, it's still a bulge there. Yeah, this is not good no matter if it's used or not being used. Yeah, this should have been on the outside of the case, not the inside. A small thing, very small thing, but it wouldn't have cost them any more to put this on the outside than on the inside. It just would have been a way better placement for it. Less problems causing with, I mean, there's no problem with this thing staying in the case. I'm just talking from a purely design standpoint. And I'm a design junkie, so I care about such things. Let's go to the chat. Xing says, I love that loop. We need someone to make those cases for other devices for sure. That is nice. Ola says, hi, the movement of the selection tool, why do you need it fast though? To me, that movement is fast enough. Well, this is the reason. Let me show you. This is how I edit there, Ola. Welcome, by the way. This is why I need it to be fast. So let me just take you to a note here where I've been going in. Oh no, this ain't. I ain't been going in on that. I didn't go in on that. You know what? Let's just do this. We'll just do this. Oh, that didn't help. Oh yeah, it did. Okay, so we'll just go to the beginning here. All right, so now when I write, right, and like I said, one of the reasons I got into eInk and why I think it's better than paper, one of those reasons is for editing. So if you're a writer, you write stuff, right? If this was paper and this was all ink, I would write this, right? And then I would go and rewrite it. That would be my edit. The rewrite would be the edit. Okay. And sometimes I may even rewrite the rewrite as the final copy of that, right? With eInk, one of the best things about it is the edit happens on site. You don't have to do a rewrite to edit. The edit happens right here. Like if I'm like, okay, this sentence flows better down here, I can simply do this. Oops, not with that one, I won't. Where's my pen? Okay, I can simply do this. I can take this, move it down here. Now, it doesn't fit exactly, right? It doesn't fit in that section exactly. So what I can do is cut that out, move this, select that, move it up here a little bit, then put my thing down here and move it into place. Now, if I had to wait on the software to catch up with my mind, now I got to wait for the software while my mind is on to the next step. I'm thinking about the edits. I'm moving here, bam, that goes there. Okay, cool. I'm moving it here. If I select this and I have to move something and wait for it, A, it takes me longer. And B, like I said, my mind has already moved on to the next step, but physically I can't get there because of the sluggishness. Now, that wouldn't be a problem, right? If I didn't know better. Ignorance is bliss, people. Ignorance is bliss. When you don't know, like, what is there to complain about? I want to say I cut my eInk teeth on the Supernote, the Nomad specifically. So once I realized how quickly I could edit on that thing and how quickly things moved, that's the pace I started moving at. Like, that's the pace I moved at. So once Supernote set the tone for what pace I can move at, everything slower than a Supernote just started to seem too slow. So at this point, it's about me keeping up with my pace that I have set for myself. That's just what it is now. My brain thinks like that, like quickly that way, and I need things to happen quickly. And I'm just used to that pace now. I've been conditioned by the Supernote. So when I go to something else that don't move as quickly, I notice it right away. And I don't like it. But that's why I need the tool to work quickly, because edits happen quickly. Like, I'm thinking about something like, okay, I want that nicely laid out. Yeah, I want that, but maybe I don't want it worded that way. Or if I wanted something to be in front of it, I'll say, oh, I want something in front of it. Bam, bam, bam. And now I'm writing. Like, I don't have to wait. You know what I mean? I don't have to wait for anything. It's so nice and comforting to know that this is going to move with me, and I don't have to like, by comparison, let's go back to here. Like, by comparison, I'm going to just, like, if I want to just move this, can I? Oh, okay. Not a big deal, right? Just saying, okay, I want this to be here. Not a big deal. But when you're doing things like this, when you're like, okay, I want this to be here. Then I got to circle. Now I got to go here. Wait for that to do its thing. Okay, now, oh boy. Go here. Move that down there. And also, you know what? Bam. All right, here's it even better. Even better. Yeah, fast enough is not fast enough isn't fast though. Like a lot of things are good enough, right? Like you can get by with a lot of stuff, but why get by? You know what I mean? Why just get by? Now, the biggest reason sluggishness is a problem for me is this right here. The fine adjustments. Say I got now, it's the fine adjustments that get me, right? So if I want to take this, one of the wells out, put it over here, and move all of this over there to fit something in between two words or something, the fine movements are lost when the selection tool is sluggish. Case in point. So I can move this over here, but if I want it to be right behind there, I gotta finagle it, wait till it to get in point, and then let it go. And even sometimes after you let it go, it moves a little bit because it's so sluggish, and then you have to go back and remove it just to get it perfectly in place. If you're moving one word in between a bunch of words, and I do that a lot, or if I'm moving a phrase into a slot that it should go in, and I'm trying to resize it to fit that slot so that it looks good, that's when the sluggishness is a problem. Like, it's not so much when you're just moving things, right? But when you're trying to get that detail, that fine movement, you're trying to get it perfectly into position, or you're trying to get the size perfectly right. It's like you got to wait for it. And that's something you don't have to do on the Supernote. Those fine movements are registered on the Supernote, where they're just not registered when the UI is as sluggish as it is on the Viwoods. So that's why the sluggishness is a problem for me. It's the fine movements that become an ordeal when they shouldn't be, and they're not on a device where the movements are fluid, like the Supernote. So that's the problem I have with that. Good question though. I'm glad you asked that. Let's go to the chat real quick. Sheen says, laugh out loud, my ADHD moves that fast though. Yeah, there we go. I need it to happen. Like my brain is thinking it, my hand is moving it, the software needs to follow suit. And like I said, when you know that it can, the fact that it doesn't will bother you. I mean, it bothers me. Aaron says, you just like Supernote more. Look, I'm device agnostic. I use the best device or the best tool for the job, if that makes sense. Distraction at the speed of light or selection box. Yeah, for sure. I gotta have it there right now, because once I've thought the idea of moving something to a new place, I'm already sounding it out in my head to see how it sounds. So by the time I'm done moving it, I know what I want to do. I'm halfway through reading the next sentence. Yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Anyone here owning Supernote Manta? Aha? Manta owner right here. There's a few Manta people in the chat right now. And she just said that. Ratta's just biased for Supernote. I really like the Supernote. But again, I'll say it over and over again. To me, the greatest ink device ever made is not a Supernote product. To me, I'm reevaluating this statement currently because of all the 4.0 hoopla. But the Go 10.3, this thing right here, I don't call this the GOAT 10.3 for no reason. This thing is really the GOAT. Like, the Supernote though, I mean, it's like I said, that's the device that I found that replaced my notepad. So it's just what I use the most. By virtue of that's what it was replacing for me, and it does it perfectly for me. Mr. Mike says, I'm a Manta person with a 3D printed loop that I love. If you read a lot of PDFs, you may want to look at the Boox Note Max. Yes. Yeah. Good call, Dr. Nerdy. Absolutely. Man, where has the day gone? Oh, we've had fun today, you guys. We've had some fun. Good conversations. Let's get the outro going. Good conversations we've had today. I appreciate everybody. That was a good live. A good Monday live, too. We got a good turnout today for a Monday. Listen, for a Monday, I'm lucky if I get 5 people in the chat. We might have maxed out about 17, 18 people today. I appreciate that. It's been a good one. As always, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. to kind of whenever for the live show. Saturdays from 7 p.m. Eastern time to kind of whenever for the people who can't catch the lives during the day. What else we got going on? Oh, I'm getting these pins and the Manta spine out. People keep talking about loops. I'm making my own. So we got that added to the plate too. Might as well. Join us in the Discord if you're a member. If you're a member of the YouTube channel, go ahead and join if you're not a member of the YouTube channel. Matter of fact, before any of that though, let's throw the like up here. Everybody let's go like the live before we get up out of here. We got 12 people in here right now. Let's see 12 likes, you guys. Let's see 12 likes up there. Let's see them. Split screen is awesome. Especially with that Max. I would imagine. I don't know. All right, everybody. That's going to be it for me. Thank you all for coming. You could have been anywhere in the world today, but you were here with me. I really appreciate that. Thanks for all the people who are engaging in the chat. Big up to eInk. eInk is going to be the new mod in the Discord, and if she wants to help out on the YouTube channel, Discord moderation too, we'll talk about it. But congratulations to eInk. She's going to be one of the moderators here. I really appreciate her. She puts in a lot of hard work in keeping conversations going in the Discord and in the live. I really appreciate what she does. And she is very knowledgeable about all these topics that we cover here. And she's a good resource for everybody in the Discord and in the channel. So big shout out to eInk. Matter of fact, let's get the air horns going for eInk. A big shout out to eInk. Thank you so much for what you do. I really appreciate you. And like I said, that's going to be happening here in the next couple of days here. Thanks eInk when you guys get a chance for being so awesome and for helping me out with the stuff that we're doing in the Discord as well. All right, everyone. Thanks again for watching. I will see you all Wednesday. But until then, take care. And air horns one more time. Thank you, eInk.